Los Angeles, California, where the mad scientist party are.
What is up, friends? And welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined by a man who has scared off his pants and underwear and is now carving a jack-o'-lantern with his schlonger. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, what's up, Illuminati?
And transmitting to us from a deep, dank grave, the buried alive booger-eating ghoul known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo!
Thank you to everybody for not coming for our throats, for being a few days late. And for anybody who is not listening to this, the week it comes out, I say some weird shit sometimes. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Everything went according to schedule. It is crazy, though, if we go just a few days past when we normally do. It's just like, whoa. It's been a long time since I've seen you guys.
It feels like it's been a very long time.
Shuddy, your beard has gotten so long.
It's actually been cut since the last time you've seen me. It's been trimmed.
Thanks for noticing.
So it's actually shorter.
It does look well groomed.
Thank you, Jeff.
I miss you guys too.
Have you gotten
I miss the podcast.
your pubers groomed?
I've shaved my dick and balls region somewhat recently.
I
don't know why.
I do not go to someone to do that for me.
That would be
No,
nice.
that'd be a flex. That's when you get your next promotion.
I mean, ladies go to spas and they get, waxed and all that stuff, make a whole day out of it. Dudes, we're just sitting there with like sweat dripping down our foreheads like we're that guy in Die Hard with a Vengeance cutting the bomb wires in the school. It's like, oh, please don't nick my sack. Don't nick my sack. Although, I don't know if I would necessarily feel all that better if my dick and balls were in someone else's hands.
I would be
them.
much more nervous. I feel like, I've been going to the same barber for years and years. So when he comes at me with the straight razor to do the detail work, it doesn't bother me even slightly anymore. But there was those first few times of going to somebody and having them, trusting them with something like that, it'd be like going to the dentist levels of tension.
Oh God, I'm about to get Sweeney Todded. Yeah, I just don't like if... And it also, not to be homophobic or anything, but definitely wouldn't want it to be a dude. I don't think I would want a dude like pinching my dickhead and like pulling my dick out like Laffy Taffy and then coming at it with like a straight razor or something. It would be...
Can I do a pro dude argument for grooming, male genitalia grooming?
I would love nothing more than to hear that from you, Jeff.
I did not expect you to be on this side of this debate, Jeff. So I'm intrigued to hear what you have to say.
I'm just saying, like, at least the guy knows, like, he knows how to handle some nuts as probably better than a girl would, especially in this case, in a grooming situation. I'm pretty bi-curious. And they're going to treat it with a little more maybe sensitivity when they're using sharp objects to shave, cut, chop, whatever we got going on.
What you're saying is only a man will give it the attention it deserves.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a similar theory about hand jobs. Listen, ma'am, before I let you near my schlonger and nuts, I'm going to have to see you work on this raw chicken wing that I brought in. If you break the skin, I'm leaving. Yeah, I guess that's why, like, you know, You would have to. It would have to just be waxed. You just have to get waxed. And I've seen Steve-O get waxed. I've seen my buddy Richard Christie get waxed down there, and that doesn't look like much of a picnic either. I wonder.
I think I might cry if that happened to me.
What is worse? Because, I mean, the women aren't actually waxing their straight up pussies. Hair doesn't grow out of your dang pussy lips. But
I don't know what they do.
I mean, I don't know that that's not the case. Like, you get...
Let's go on Pornhub.
Don't you have some grundle hair?
Yeah, but there's, my nutsack is sort of...
Has some hair on it.
It for sure does, but so my nutsack is getting waxed. I don't have hair going all the way up to my dickhead on my shaft like I'm wearing a fucking turtleneck or something, but there's some down at the bottom that is going to need to go. And I don't want that getting waxed either. I'm sure that's unpleasant. Just like,
I don't even remember how the fuck we got here.
I don't even remember fucking sitting down in this chair. Where the hell am I? What the hell's going on?
Well, we started with Shuddy's beard, and then Kevin, I think, randomly asked me if I groomed my man region.
I don't know if that was directed at you. I think it was just a general for the group question. Has anybody gone to have their pubes barbered?
Yeah. And I just was like, hey, I got this. Let me answer this one first.
That would be awesome if that was the case. Like, you don't go in to just get, shaven down bald, but you go to a barber and Jeff goes in and be like, oh, I'm just looking for a high top fade. Actually, have you ever seen the Kid and Play movies? I want a very high flat top. Well, we are a few days behind our regular schedule, so we're just getting reacquainted here. This is how we do our warm-ups. I mean, we definitely got our warm-ups in the Easter egg. Holy shit. To the people who are audio episode listeners, and we'll get that after the end theme, you got a nice little nugget waiting for you. But I feel like this is just getting ourselves back in the groove. We're finding our character. We're method, Getting back into the swing of things. Which reminds me, we've got a lot to discuss, but why don't we start with something incredibly on brand, which is something that Jeff sent me on Instagram a few weeks ago, and I forgot about it, and it just popped into my head, and thought, we gotta share it. We gotta discuss this with the Puminati. Apparently, there was a dude who, I don't know exactly how official this is, but supposedly broke the fart world record. I know we tend to discuss world records somewhat frequently on the Patreon show, but a world record fart, that's main ep content right there. So let me see if I can share this properly with you guys. I got the audio pulled up as a backup, but, video always helps, especially for everybody on YouTube. What up, YouTube? YouTube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Let's see. Okay. Getting right into it.
This week in fart news.
Abrió, Una persona
Llamando.
trae ronronea.
This guy's talking over a fart.
Hay que hacer una locura.
Que siga.
No puedo creer.
Que siga. No pares.
This is
Amigo, te
a
fue
South American fellow.
Chico,
Está al mango, o sea, digo, en potencia.
esto no es joda, chico. Amigo.
Or Hispanic.
No pares.
I'm going to guess no pares means don't shit.
No pares, está rompiendo el récord Guinness, no pares. Ay.
Ooh!
Amigo, 41.
Wet finish.
Don't shit.
That guy definitely pooped himself a little bit at the end there. But it almost looked like, so the video for the people that didn't watch this on YouTube. Oh my God, what's happening? It's a guy who's on like a, it almost looks like America's Got Talent. So this dude is just on one leg. His other one is up almost like a dog taking a piss. And then he's using one hand to spread his butt cheeks. He's farting through like pants/shorts. But I don't know. I feel like if you got somebody breaking a fart world record on your show, it's kind of like when Jeff says something out of context about like touching a penis or something, and Shuddy Boy and I are like, nope, don't say anything yet. Don't laugh. Need that audio clean. Why are you talking over that man farting? Like, come on. That audio is now forever ruined because you dingleberries were just yapping over it.
Or that could have been a video of them talking about the farting, not relating.
That's
like
what I
we're
thought.
doing.
That's what I thought at first, but I found multiple sources where those guys weren't in the picture, but their audio was still there. And it looks like they have a shared background. Like the same thing lighting up behind the guy farting is also behind those guys sitting at the table. But like, I gotta say, as a former employee of the Howard Stern show, who used to have Will the Farter on all the time, I feel like those dudes had longer. And Mr. Methane, I think those guys had longer farts than 40 seconds.
I feel like it would have been timed, right? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't someone have been like, "Oh, let's get a time trial on this motherfucker"?
But then again, those guys also cheat a little bit. They have sort of like hungry assholes that will suck air in. And maybe this was just a full blasting fart with, no cheating, no sucking in air. Kind of like if you want to force a burp, you go like, and like, just suck in the air and burp it back out. But if you just slam a chili dog and then let out a giant burp, you didn't have to do the whole inhalation thing. So pure, clean butthole fart, au naturel.
My favorite part of Tony Hawk's first biography was the two people he met that could suck fart. So fucking hilarious. I read it when I was like 14 or 15. It was just perfect. Although it's still fucking hilarious. I haven't really matured much since.
One of the Stern Show guys, I think Will the Farter, has a medical condition with his butthole. Like his butthole, I think he might have been born without a butthole, and they had to get a hole puncher and cut him one. And that is the secret behind his
what?
His farting
a
abilities.
Hole puncher?
I don't know what they use. Maybe a pizza cutter. Maybe something a little bit more nuanced.
I was thinking something more medical.
One of the doctors was like, "Hey nurse, can you hand me that Capri Sun? I need to take the fucking bendy straw off of it."
Let's squeeze him so he's not flopping and just go right in.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, that also reminds me of the days when Dan the Man and the Great Pudini would call in and rip some pretty epic farts.
Rivalry for the ages.
Yep.
I know Pudini still is Puminati, but Dan the Man has gone completely off the map.
Yeah, I think when we were like, all right, guys, we've been doing like 2 years straight of your fart wars on voicemails. I think we got to give it a little bit of a rest. I think he took it pretty personally, and that may have been when we lost him as a listener.
I wonder if Pudini, for old time's sake, will call in one for us.
Maybe. We'll see. I haven't had a chance to check the voicemail line in a minute. Did
you lift the band? Can they do that?
Yeah. I feel like when I announced the new voicemail number, I was like, hey, let's get some fart wars going again. Let's bring it back.
Essentially firing up the bat signal for Dan the Man and the Great Pudini.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Pudini is still pretty active. We follow each other on Letterboxd. He's very
He is very active. He watches all those stupid fucking movies that Dom makes me watch and loves all of them.
Yeah. Pudini's on a similar frequency to our friend Dominic, who I believe tomorrow, Halloween Day, the episode of What the Fuck Did I Just Watch, featuring the pumpkin carver, is going to drop on our Patreon. Shuddy, you look thrilled.
Nice.
That must have been a good one.
Jeff No See Tit in this straight to DVD horror movie.
Oh, no wet pumpkins?
All horror movies should have tits.
I did like Dom opening and shutting the straight from the Blockbuster rental DVD case for this movie into the microphone.
How jacked up are you guys about Halloween tomorrow?
I'm indifferent.
I mean, I love Halloween. It's definitely better, obviously, when you're a kid and you go out and you get a pillowcase full of candy. Trick or treating is just one of those magical childhood activities you don't get back once it's gone. I guess if you have kids and you take them, but you don't get any candy. You just get to eat
I'd
theirs.
be much more jazzed for it if I got trick-or-treaters at the house.
Yeah. I live in an apartment building. No one's coming here.
It's a huge bummer because every year I sit out on the front porch with a bag of with the bowl of candy so the dogs don't go nuts and nobody even walks by.
Well, it could be worse. You could be my sister and brother-in-law who just got a new house in the burbs, and the person that they bought the house from, being that it was very close to Halloween, they were like, "Hey, what's your Halloween like?" And the guy was like, "You're going to need at least 2,500 pieces of candy."
Oh,
And they were like,
I don't know what you're going to say there.
Oh my God. Like my when I was, just visiting in Jersey a few weeks ago, they showed me their haul, like of those like Econo bags of like fun size candy bars and stuff. And they pulled them all out of the thing. And they were like, "Yeah, this is just the first half. We have to go back and buy more." I was like, "Oh man, that is gnarly."
Yeah, the block over, there's a bunch of mansions, and people from all over Long Beach come to trick or treat on like down First Street. And tried to walk last year with Allie, just do some people watching, whatever, just hang out, And
Look at children, weirdo.
I don't know, just get out of the house, see some costumes, see
Jeffrey Epstein over here.
see if kids are enjoying Halloween as much as I did. And dude,
And if it looks like they're not enjoying it, I'll run up and tickle them.
Dude, there were so like you couldn't even walk on the sidewalk. There were so many kids.
I bet.
It was insane.
Go to the fucking rich people's house and just cash in.
I think I'm going to my brother's girlfriend's boss's house or coworker's house. They live down the street in Long Beach. They have like a block party for Halloween, and they go pretty hard on Halloween.
Nice.
I asked how much they spend for candy to pass out to trick or treaters, and they spend I think $500. And they said they go hard though. They give out the big full size candy bars. They're getting Jello shots and beers for the adults who are trick or treating with their kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
that's a cool move.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. And I think I might go hang out with them. They're also big Dodger fans, and Dodger Game 6, the Dodgers Game 6 of the World Series on Halloween. So I might go hang out, rip some Jello shots, eat some full size candy bars.
Hell yeah.
And just be a big child.
I was talking to our homie in the Puminati, Ginger and Juice, and he was telling me that when him and his wife moved into their current home, the owner informed them, like, "Hey, we've been here for a while, and we do this tradition that we're kind of famous for, where the 100th trick-or-treater gets like a 10-pound or some batshit crazy weight Hershey bar. And whoever gets it, they like get their picture taken, and it's like a big thing in the neighborhood. And they're like, you don't have to do that, but if you stop, you might incur the wrath of egg-throwing children or something." So him and his wife now have to, every year, get, an enormous fucking Hershey bar and sit there like they're a bouncer at a club with a ticker and giving it to the 100th kid. They get their picture taken and shit. Which, like, oh man, thanks for setting me up with that. Could have put that in the Zillow listing. But yeah, I don't have anything planned. I've been traveling a lot, so there's some horror movies that I still want to watch for this year. I know it's Mischief Night. I don't know is that still a thing? Shuddy, I mean, I imagine in the burbs driving around That would be the clear indicator. Are there toilet paper in the trees?
Not around here that I've really seen.
Well, you're in hillbilly country. They may like, well, I'm standing my ground. Blow the kid's head off with a shotgun.
I mean,
Dude,
that's not an incorrect assessment.
I feel like Mischief Night ended after my childhood.
After
I feel like I've
George Zimmerman.
I just feel like I haven't really seen any Halloween mischief in a long time.
It was big when I was a kid. I remember my aunt took me out my first mischief night. I think I was 5. I think I was in fucking kindergarten. And my aunt, who she was probably 15, because she's only like 9 or 10 years older than me. So they were like, I mean, talk about growing up in the 80s. They're like, yeah, you guys can go out. Here's some toilet paper. Here's some shaving cream. And we put on like all black, and we're sneaking around like cat burglars in a cartoon. I remember I felt like, fucking Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible. I was like, oh man, I'm a fucking badass. I'm like those guys that robbed the Louvre, which is going to happen in 35 years. I just remember being like, this is the most fun thing. I can't believe my family is signing off on this. I can't believe my aunt is taking me out, and we're just TPing people's fucking trees and stuff. And I got all inventive. I'm like, hey, there's a fire hydrant and then like a road sign over there. What if we roll a piece of toilet paper across the street and then we spray it with shaving cream, so when a car drives through it, they get TP and shaving cream? And she's like, genius, let's do it. But I don't think anybody's letting their kids do that anymore. Who knows? I'm sure people from the Puminati will chime in if we're wrong. Or people are like, I believe it's called Devil's Night. It's not Mischief Night.
If you're going to encourage, I would love to hear from Puminati parents that maybe encourage their kids to do a little mischief on Halloween Eve. My parents, well, my father did, not my mom. Kind of gave me the shaving cream and the eggs and the firepower for some mischief.
I don't think I ever got the eggs. I think even back then they were like, yeah, if you start egging people's cars, that's going to like take the paint off of it or fuck up people's houses.
Is that true?
I think so.
I don't believe that.
Ask
Maybe you're right.
ChatGPT, Jeff.
I saw some
ChatGPT has been so fucking lame lately. It's so slow.
Oh, you don't say
it just
AI
like
sucks,
freezes. Huh? Stop it, Kevin. Kevin, I actually scheduled a text to go to you in the group chat about an MSPH AI initiative that I'm interested in getting your opinion on.
I don't like that.
So yeah. It's not trending towards a receptive response. All right. What am I asking ChatGPT again? Oh.
Well, I remember, don't you remember that story from years ago when Bieber was like, hey, I'm in the Wild Kids, and he was like pissing in people's mop buckets, and
yeah,
he like egged his neighbor's house because his neighbor kept calling the cops on him for his parties. So they, obviously he was living in a super rich neighborhood, eggs his neighbor's house, and they egged his front door, and I think it ended up costing $25,000 to replace his rich person door that got all fucked up from it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So do you want to hear ChatGPT's response?
Yes.
I asked it, do eggs take paint off cars? It said yes, and in a nasty way. Eggs are basically paint's natural enemy. The egg white is acidic and can eat into the car's clear coat, the top protective layer. The yolk can bake onto the surface under sunlight, and the shell fragments act like sandpaper if you wipe them off. Together, they can etch and discolor the paint in hours, if not washed off quickly.
There you go. So stick with the non-abrasive stuff. Get the TP. Get the shaving
just
cream.
Use the eggs on your enemies.
Maybe after 2020, people realized how hard it can be to come across toilet paper. And like, I don't want to throw this shit in trees. What if the aisles are empty again? I don't want to go back to wiping my ass with socks.
Yeah. The pandemic definitely shaped the way a lot of us live our lives nowadays.
Shuddy, what flavor is that Uncrustable that's clearly making you giz in your pants?
Yeah, you were very happy with that.
Well, the lean is hitting. That's what I've been waiting for. Uh, it's the up and apple.
An apple Uncrustable. Peanut butter and apple?
Peanut butter and apple cinnamon jelly.
Oh, man.
I gotta find that.
I actually did see that in Target today. I had to, right before the show, I had some meds I had to pick up at Target, and I noticed that there were no Uncrustables in the freezer. And I did see that brand. And I also saw they had peanut butter and honey. But I was unwilling to roll the dice, and I just stuck with I got a grape box and a strawberry box.
I also got a box of the peanut butter and Nutella.
I'm very curious about those.
I thought
That's
those have
what
been
I
around
really-
a little bit longer.
They have, but I haven't been able to find them around here.
Yeah, me neither.
And then I got a tip from Sharon that they were in stock at Walmart, so went to Walmart for those, and they also had the up and apple.
And they're
And
pretty
it's
epic, huh?
incredible.
Nice.
Mhm.
All right, well, when these run out, I know which one to go for. Well, I guess we can get into the whole reason why this episode is a few days late. I was in Austin for the second time this
Getting
year.
sex reassignment surgery.
Dude, that's just the only reason you think that is because of how poorly I ate and how rapidly it went to my bosom. So I do look quite supple since I've been back. Which is, man, it's crazy how quick my Hooters will come back. Just falling off a bit in Jersey, 2 days back in LA, and then going right to Austin with lots of drinking and barbecue and fried chicken and burgers.
Did you eat some fried chicken?
I did.
Actually, you did send us some.
The first thing I ate when I got to, from the airport into downtown Austin was I had a fried chicken sandwich. And it was
I ate
delicious.
fried chicken last night.
And then I texted
You
you guys
guys-
the picture of the barbecue fried chicken strips laid over mac and cheese that I got at a bar. Yeah, I am now competing with Sydney Sweeney of voluptuousness.
You guys are less than a week away of getting an on-the-scene report from Roots Chicken Shack.
That's going to be critical.
Oh, is that MasterChef adjacent?
It's Tiffany
Tiffany.
Berry's Duck Fat Fried Chicken restaurant.
Unfucking believable. Every time those words come out of your mouth, I get a little bit of a boner. What a beautiful combination of words. Dude, Texas, they know how to eat down there. I'm jealous. I wish I could have did the eating portion of your vacation with you. Were you hanging out with someone the whole time, or were there a lot of solo missions?
Most of it was with other people. There were a handful of solo missions. That's where I got the buffalo chicken strips laid over the top of mac and cheese because, as close as I am with the buddies that I went with, I didn't want them judging me for that. That was that was a picture strictly for the MSPH group chat.
Do you enjoy eating alone at restaurants?
I do, because I'm self-conscious that I eat weird. So, I know.
Steph or Carl obviously tolerates that at this point.
Yeah, that's true. But, once something's in my head, my neurotic ass brain isn't letting it go. So,
Fair enough.
I have no problem eating by myself. Why?
I was wondering. I've seen it. I've seen people talk about it recently, like on Twitter or social media. Like, I don't know, the meme or essentially the tweet is like getting older. Getting older is realizing how fun it is to eat by yourself at a restaurant, or how nice it is.
I don't agree with that.
I've never even done it. I don't remember the last time I've eaten at a restaurant by myself.
I won't. I don't know that I ever have, and I've had to done it, but have no interest in doing it again. Chances are the trip to Roots Chicken Shack is going to be a solo mission,
Yeah.
but that is strictly professional. That is for this part of my life. This is strictly to doing my job for you guys. That's for you.
Hey,
Oh, you're not even really going to enjoy the chicken. You're
No,
doing it for the Illuminati.
I don't even want to do it.
Yeah,
But
do you hear how
I have to?
do you hear how Shuddy Boy suffers for his art?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming there's a bar there. It's not just a takeout spot, right?
I honestly, let's see.
Just go on like a Monday or Thursday night. Post up at the bar, get a beer, get some duck fat fried chicken, watch the game. Sounds like a fucking lovely date. I'm gonna date myself.
You're gonna ask for a table for two, and you're gonna paint your hand up like Cartman with Jennifer
It's-
Lopez.
It's just like a fast casual restaurant, Jeff.
Uh,
There's nothing wrong with that as I run.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's Willie's Chicken Shack. So
we almost went to, or I almost went to that, I think, in New Orleans. Wasn't the Airbnb near Willie's?
That's very possible. I'm not sure,
Huh.
but
I guess I just searched it more than you did, huh?
help. When you and I went to, wow, that chicken looks pretty amazing. When we went to Austin and we got Terry Black's barbecue, right? That was the spot we
Yeah,
hit.
on the way out. Fucking
oh
incredible.
shit! They're opening one in Addison where we're opening, which is why I'm flying down there. So there's gonna be one near my shop, our
Damn
shop,
it.
the
I
shop
didn't-
I'm helping open.
I didn't even
You should barter.
It didn't even hit me that was in. There's one in Austin, and I could have gone last week. Son of a fucking bitch! God damn,
Dude,
you're so
everything
stupid,
is in
Kevin.
duck fat. God damn it.
Oh,
I wish I was your dick, Shuddy.
even the Caesar salad is fried in duck fat.
Fucking duck fat fried croutons. Oh my god.
All the beverages are fried in duck fat.
Fucking banana pudding. Tiffany Dairy has to oversee the making of some
Oh,
bomb-ass banana
They
pudding.
have Kool-Aid. Holy fucking shit. The
Like,
soul the
I
soul
am absolutely getting a half a gallon of Kool-Aid.
for sure, dude. Dude, the soul food spot in LA Live. I forget, I think it's called Fixins. They have Kool-Aid. It's fucking awesome. Blue Kool-Aid, red grape, or
After-
purple.
After
I'll
looking
fix
at
this to
this
fuck you.
menu, I think I'm going to pull a Kevin, and this is going to be a solo mission, so the guys don't see how I'm going to attack this.
Oh yeah, I'm fixing this to fuck you.
Because I'm going to need to be probably Korean barbecue high for everything I'm going to order.
Do you guys
Awesome.
have a full body bib?
Are you getting? Can you expense it too? So the company pays for it.
Sick.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I have a meal per diem.
Those are the best meals ever. Is when the company's paying for it.
Yeah. Nothing tastes better than a meal somebody else is paying for. So obviously going with a group of my buddies, and we met up with my my friend Andy's brother who lives in Austin, who turned out to be one of the coolest motherfuckers ever. And we were like, all right, we're in Texas. It was one of my buddy Kay, who you guys have met. It was his first time in Austin. So we had to at least do one barbecue move. And there's the one, I always forget what it's called, but it's like the most popular one. It's the one that people camp out for overnight and shit.
Franklin's.
Yeah, it's Franklin. So I've had that before when I was there for my brother-in-law's bachelor party, and they put like an order in months in advance to get takeout. And it was incredible. It was absolutely phenomenal. We went to Terry Black's on somebody's suggestion. It might have been Galoopi's. But
Georgie.
oh yeah, okay, George's, and that was incredible. But I feel like we got, you go up to the station, you're like, all right, I only need to get some brisket. All right, slice me off a little bit of that turkey. Give me a link of sausage. Ooh, a nice little plop of pulled pork. And then we get to the checkout thing, and they're like, "Oh, that'll be $70." We're just like, "Oh, goddamn!" And no seconds, huh? No seconds for free. I'm out of brisket. I want another plop. No. So, as delicious as that was, that one hit the old wallet kind of hard.
Yeah, I had to put out my credit card. I had to finance it.
So my friend's brother was like, "All right, I'll take you guys like 40 minutes out of town, and we're gonna go to Salt Lick Barbecue." Which
I heard that was really good.
yeah, we went there, which is it's really it was a hike, and it is a massive estate. It is sprawling. It was fucking huge, and they have, I guess when it opened in the 60s, it had it's one spot, giant parking lot. And now they've since expanded greatly. And I guess the original spot, there are some seats in there, but they mostly use that to prepare the meat. And in the place where we sat, they did have like a big open fire pit, which I guess I can email this picture myself and share it to you guys in the Puminati. But they also have an option there for all you can eat. So
what? How
yeah.
much was that?
It was like, I think it was like cheaper than most Korean barbecue that we go to out here. I think it was like $33 to $35 per person. The only thing that sucks is you are limited to brisket, pork ribs, and sausage. Those are the only 3 meats you can get.
What? Okay, yeah, no chicken. That kind of sucks.
No chicken, no pulled pork, no turkey.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I'm good on turkey.
At the end of the day, it was. I mean, that brisket was just, man. As I was eating it, I was like, I would not want to be my hotel toilet right now, because this is something I don't want my home toilet judging me for. But they, of course, like with every Texas barbecue place, they have those syrup bottles, like you're at a diner, on the table, but they're full of barbecue sauce, that glowing orange speckled sauce, which was just holy shit. I wanted to just be like, can I just have a pint glass of this? I don't want water. I don't want sweet tea. I just want to drink sauce with this. I'm just going to take a big bite of brisket and chase it by drinking your wonderful, delicious barbecue sauce. Holy shit. Okay. I have spun my tires enough. I can share this picture with you guys. This is the pit they had just in this one section of the restaurant we were at. Like, it's got those big sausage links, like in cartoons, dogs are running down the street with hanging out of their mouth. It was incredible.
Wait, what's the name of this place? I'm going to be in Austin on Thursday next week.
Salt Lick,
so
but it's 40 minutes out of town. It's a hike to get there. I would suggest going to Terry Black's outside of normal dining hours before the line is, wrapped. The line to get into that place is like a Six Flags ride. Like, it's snakes.
Wait, at Salt Lick?
No, at Terry Black's.
Yeah.
So, Salt Lick, they come to you. You just have to wait for a table to be open.
God, I love that. I did not like that cafeteria style Terry Black setup.
I didn't either.
Some table service. Wait, so I don't think Terry Black's had booze, right? Maybe it did, but did Salt Lick have booze?
So Salt Lick has a third building off to the side with wine and beer and stuff. So you go there, you buy it, you get it in a bucket, and then you bring it over to your table. Because I think there's some law that they're just skirting around. Like, you can't buy your booze and barbecue, or I don't know, some weird bureaucratic bullshit. But that's their way of essentially selling booze there.
Okay.
So you have to buy it at like the next door establishment and then bring it over.
Got to work around like that.
Yep. But, I was there for Austin Film Festival, which is one of the bigger festivals. My, Second Coming of John Cooper did not get into it, but my friend Andy was going there as a guest speaker. He was on a few panels, and they were showing the 4K remastered 35th anniversary of Seven, and he did, a Q&A after the movie showed in the theater. So I didn't get in, but once I applied, months and months ago, they were like, hey, since you applied, here's a link to buy badges. If you don't get in, you can still come. We still want you here, blah, blah, blah. So we got badges, and being the saint that he is, he upgraded all of our badges to the producer level. So that gets you into the after parties and stuff. So you have to go in with your lanyard and stuff, and they scan your shit. But if you don't have a producer's badge, a lot of those things don't let you in. So he was just like, I'm getting one from the festival, but I want you guys to be able to, I don't want to break up the group. I want us all doing fun shit together. So we got to go to a few after parties, which was cool. It's the big thing with AFF is it is a writers centric festival. So it's 8 days. The first half of it or so is mostly focused on panels, which I've never been to a festival that does that. So basically what they'll do is they'll have a table on stage, they'll bring out a few industry pros, and then they'll have a moderator, and they sort of talk about their specialty. And it's a lot of just, people in my positions, aspiring filmmakers, people very early on in their careers that need guidance, and, especially with how quickly everything is changing. Just people on the inside telling you how to get in and the best way to do it and the worst way to do it, what to avoid. They put this fucking app out, which I'm sure other people have used because it's not just for this. It's like if you go to a similar type event, they partner up with them and you can build your own schedule. It's like, here are all the things that are happening at which times. If you tap it, it'll slide it into your schedule so you can keep track of everything you want to do. So the very first panel I went to was a Silicon Valley panel with Alec Berg, who was like, producer and writer, and Martin Starr. And they kind of just talked about the writer's room and, how it changed from the pilot they shot for it to series, and then the unexpected just explosion of popularity of that show and stretching it out and into, all the seasons that it ran for. And that was really cool. I left that one and went to a panel called Your Second Act, a writer's guide to breaking in over 40. And
that is very specific.
Yeah. And, you go to these things, and it was sort of just trial by fire. I didn't know how all this stuff pans out. So when you want to go to a panel, it tells you, this isn't like Comic-Con where you're in a convention center. You're just in downtown Austin, and it's like, this is the buildings these take place in. A lot of them are churches, or it's in like a hotel conference room. So you wait in this line outside of it. You want to get in to make sure you get a seat. So you show up early, you line up, and I get to the line outside of the building for that one, and it was just a bunch of gray, sad, desperate motherfuckers just like me. And I took a quick selfie in the line and sent it to Carl of me and just all these gray-haired people just like, oh, God, this is the year I make it. But it was cool. They had these people that, this one guy wrote his first script when he was in his 40s or 50s or something. And it was a very cool learning experience, getting guidance from all these people that, made it. And we were all in your position, and this is how you get there. And
who is the speaker on the panel again?
On this one? The breaking in over 40?
Yeah.
Oh, these aren't names of anybody you would know.
You wouldn't know him, Jeff. You wouldn't know him.
No, it's fine.
I mean,
you were just saying like this. This is how you break through. I was like, all right, cool. Who broke through? Well, you want to know. So what?
I mean, how many screenwriters can you name?
Well,
like obviously there's like the A-listers, like Aaron Sorkin and
no, for sure. Maybe they're not household names. I didn't know if like the people on the panel were. I don't know. They're like I was one of the writers of The Office, and I became one of the writers of.
No, these were just people that have like written
such and such movies,
written a few features, and another thing with it's not super common nowadays, but back in the day, there were people back in the golden age of the spec script, like in the 90s and stuff. There were scripts selling for $1 million a piece, sometimes even more than that. And sometimes you would get your script to a manager, they would take it, shop it around town, somebody would buy it and give you, like, there were instances of people getting $1 million for a script and it either never got made or the studio had a competing idea and they bought your script just to shelve it so your movie wouldn't get made. So there are people that have written movies, gotten paid handsomely for them, and those scripts never got turned into anything, which is also pretty fucking crazy. Heard a handful of stories about that from people. But then there was stuff like, meeting a manager, how to get a manager.
1 second. Can we just step back for a second? How would you feel in that situation? Would you be stoked or bummed?
I would be both, because at the end of the day, like, I do want to be paid for my work, but the whole reason I want to do this is because I want to make people laugh. I want to, like, get my script turned into something that people can go see and sounds fucking corny, but, get joy from. All the movies that I've loved my whole life that I've watched over the decades over and over again. If I'm having a bad day, I'd be like, I'll just pop on Superbad. It's super fucking funny. It'll make me laugh. Like, if I sell a script for a shitload of money and then nobody ever gets to see it, it's cool, and it also sucks ass.
Not getting a full payoff. You're in it not just for the money, you're in it for the love of the game.
Exactly. It's kind of why we've been doing this for 15 years. You think we're sitting here driving around in Ferraris? It makes people laugh.
Yeah.
And that's enough to keep us going.
The Puminati, you're enough to keep us thriving and producing this podcast.
I just want
We're
you guys
rich as long as we have them.
We just want you guys to know you are enough. I did. What else did I? Oh, one cool thing I did. It was like a one-on-one panel where it was just Tim Herlihy, who is a long time Adam Sandler collaborator. And
it sounds like a familiar name, but maybe it's because I knew a Herlihy in college.
It specifically focused this panel on The Wedding Singer, so it was kind of cool hearing the backstories from that. And he got fired from the project and then brought back and ended up getting sole writing credit, and just kind of like the ways they got forced into certain jokes. Like, I think the final act, like the big final scene of the movie, was supposed to take place in Vegas, but they didn't have the budget for it, so they rewrote it to be in a plane, and that's where, like, he sings over the intercom with Billy Idol to Drew Barrymore.
That's crazy. An Adam Sandler movie didn't have the budget for it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's a trip.
There's so much crazy shit like that.
Well.
And then so our producer badges, another cool thing they get is you get to sign up for one round table. So as you're looking at the schedule, they're all put in blurbs like this with different colored blocks, I guess. And that helps you keep track of what's a panel, what's a screening, what's an after party, and what's a round table.
How did that work for you?
Well, I mean, luckily none of them were red or brown. Hey, okay. One of these is red, one of them's brown. So they were clear. They did a good job with that. The round tables, you could sign up for one of them, and they were scattered throughout, a handful of the days. And I don't know what they were, but somebody was just like, yeah, if you have a producer badge, you got to get your round table in. And what it ended up being is they have, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 industry professionals, and you get into a room, and there's a whole bunch of it almost looked like a school cafeteria with just a bunch of round tables, literally round tables, and one person sitting at each of them. So you sit at a table, and you and the 7 other people that sit there are there for the rest of the hour and 15 minutes. They keep a timer, and every 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, they're like, all right, switch. And the person sitting with you gets up and goes and sits at another table and somebody else comes in. So you get to kind of pick their brain and ask questions and listen to the questions that other people ask. And, it's a cool way to spend an hour and 15 minutes just picking people's brains that are in the industry. And one of the people in there was one of the creators of The Studio, that Apple Plus Seth Rogen show. And what
You've seen that, right?
Yeah. And I loved it.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know is that I kind of thought they would space it out where you got the same amount of time with every single one of their speakers, and you only get 3 of them. There's only time for you to sit with 3 people. So I didn't end up getting to chat with that dude. But, still got some interesting stuff, and it was cool to network. Like, everybody at that festival was so friendly because they're all just like, this is strictly like a networking festival. Everybody there, like I said, is an aspiring filmmaker, mostly writers. So anytime you're walking around and somebody sees you with a badge, they'll come up, introduce themselves. What do you write? What do you do? Here's what I do. Hey, let's trade cards. And, I came home with a fucking stack of business cards. And this morning, in between prepping for the show today, I was just sending emails being like, hey, really fucking cool meeting you. Let's keep in touch. Here's my email. Here's my phone number. If you, got anything that you've written you want me to check out and give you notes on, send it over. And then outside of that, being that it is a film festival, where are the movies? And again, like, the other film festivals that I've gone to that have been way smaller, it's literally just movies. Like, here's a block of shorts, here's a movie, blah, 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 blah. They're screening on all these different screens. You make your own schedule, pick what you want to see. This one was, and, I kind of see why John Cooper didn't get into it. This had, Noah Baumbach's new movie, I think, played yesterday. And it stars
Is that the guy who did Marriage Story?
Yeah. And it stars George Clooney and Adam Sandler. So I kind of see why that got a slot and mine didn't.
Yeah. Imagine if that was the last one in, or yours was the last one out, and that was the last one in. God damn it. I was just George Clooney and Adam Sandler short of getting into this festival.
I really don't think that was the case. But they had a couple screenings in like the first 4 days here and there. But like I said, it was mostly these panels and informative stuff. And then once those died off, they were just gone. Like the whole rest of the week, there are no panels whatsoever. It's all just go see this short, go see this movie. Some of them were in town. Some of them you would have to get an Uber to go to because they were a few miles away. And I was looking at some of there were definitely a whole bunch of movies I was interested in seeing, but the way they schedule things is like, oh, if I see this one, I can't see this one. And then it's just like, all right, well, I could go see this movie, which has, actors I know and is by a director I know. Or I could see this other one where when I read the description of it, it's kind of like that. Remember that early South Park episode when a film festival comes to town and they're like, oh, this next movie is gay cowboys eating pudding. There was...
Yeah, I mean, that might be like season 1 or 2.
Yeah. There was a lot of gay cowboys eating pudding. I was like, this just seems like the stereotypical movie at a film festival where it was just like, I could see this, or I could go see the new Knives Out movie, which I did get to see, and it was fucking sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Again, a lot of the stuff that I watched, I'm going to have to give another viewing because the first, and outside of John Cooper, it might be the only movie, like legit movie premiere I've ever gone to, was back in New York when I was still working for Stern. And I think just through like the Howard 100 News, I got to go to the world premiere of Dinner for Schmucks with Steve Carell and Zach Galifianakis. And Steve Carell was sitting like 3 seats in front of me, and I could see him, and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. There's a red carpet, press are everywhere, people are dressed to the nines, and the movie starts, and wall to wall, everybody's laughing, and I'm like, what a great film. This is fucking great. It comes out, I look at the reviews online, and everybody's like, what a piece of shit. And I was like, how could that be? You fucking dickheads. And then I watched it again, and I was like, ooh, yeah, I guess there is a bit of an aura you get swept up to in the energy of a premiere, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to shit in a movie when you're sitting near the coast, one of the stars.
Yeah. So while I thought the new Knives Out was fucking great, and I would have a very hard time believing that was because I was just swept up in the moment of it. I'm gonna watch it again when it hits Netflix. But I haven't seen any trailers. I knew some of the cast that was in it, but I didn't even know the setting of this one. I literally knew nothing about it except for the title and who some of the actors were. And I don't know if you guys were into the other Knives Out movies.
I did not see the Glass Onion.
That's the only one that I saw, and I thought it was all right. The first one, my brother ruined, told me the ending.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. This new one is potentially, again, I have to give it another viewing, but it might be better than the first one.
Did you score the first one a 5-dicker?
I didn't. Actually, I don't think I've seen it since I started scoring dicks on Letterboxd. Where I
Is this one a 5-dicker?
I would say it's a 4.5
Mm.
on first viewing. But dude, Josh Brolin, holy shit. He's a fucking maniac in this. Like, he's good in everything he does. But this is kind of like, this is one of those performances kind of like Sicario, where you're just like, holy shit, Fucking.
Like Benicio in Sicario or Josh Brolin in Sicario?
Josh
Guess
Brolin.
would be. Yeah, I guess I felt like Benicio stole the show, but I get what you're saying. Obviously,
He's just, and he's very formidable in Sicario, where you're just like, Jesus Christ, I would not want to cross that guy's path. I mean, same thing with Benicio, but he is just he's on fire in this one.
Gotcha. Mm.
And I did get to sit next to Thomas Hayden Church, who is in the movie. And, obviously if he didn't crush it, I would just be like, and he was great. But fucking hell, it's a crime that guy's not in like everything that comes out. It was funny. We got, the way that it all played out, because the screening of 7 was right next door to this. And the way things overlap, you have to sometimes just rush right from one thing to the next to get in line. And Thomas had told me, he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to make sure you're on the guest list. But the crucial words there were, I think. And I couldn't get a hold of him beforehand to confirm it. So I leave 7 and I come here and there's a line around like the entire fucking building, like doubling around. The event organizers are completely stressed out. There are people that were in line going through metal detectors and then they didn't have passes and they're trying to be like, tell them like, hey, you can't come in, you don't have a pass. And they're like, why? I waited in line. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, where's the guest list? I think I might be on it. How do I get over? Ugh. And they're just like, you fucking don't have time for you right now. And I'm like, well, I kind of want to get in.
Excuse me, sir. I'm on the fucking guest list. You better make time, is what you should have said.
Well, I did my usual mealy mouth. Well, can I please? Is there anybody else I could talk to? And
your limp dick response.
Yeah. And since I went and saw 7 just before it with Andy, I had a wristband on top of my badge. So they just looked at the wristband and they're like, just go in. You'll see where the reserved seating is. So they didn't check my name. I didn't talk to anybody to make sure I'm actually on the list. And at this point, the theater is fucking packed, except for 3 rows right in the middle, which are reserved, and no butts in the seats. Nobody is there. So I walk in, and I'm all nervous, picking at my shirt, like, oh, God, what do I do? And I just sit there, and I'm fucking by myself, sitting in the reserve rows, and I'm just waiting for someone to come by and be like, why did you think you could fucking sit in here? Get the fuck out of here. Like, get out of that seat. And then I would have to try and mealy mouth, be like, well, I think I might have been. Can I go to the box office and check the list? So I'm sweating. I'm very nervous. It's very awkward. A few people start piling in, and then the lights go down. And I'm sitting, I left the 2 seats next to me, to the aisle, open. And then the lights go down, and someone from the festival, thanks everybody for coming. And they're like, we want to introduce one of the stars of the film. And, I knew he was going to be there, but it wasn't announced or on the itinerary. They're like, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Hayden Church. And Thomas comes out and says a few very funny things, very charming. And then he introduces Ryan Johnson, who comes out and says a few things. And then Thomas and his lady come and sit down right next to me. And since it's dark, they didn't see me. So I had to lean over, and I was like, oh, hey, guys. And they were, I had never met his lady before, but we've talked on the phone. And they were just like, oh, shit. And the intro stops, and the movie starts, and they're talking to me, catching up. And I'm just like, we might want to save this for later. We're kind of talking through the movie.
Yeah, being rude during your movie.
Thomas, they might kick you out of your own movie. So, the movie ends, and there's a Q&A with Ryan Johnson afterwards. So film gets a standing ovation. Everybody's clapping. They're rushing out to bring step and repeats and seats up there on stage for the Q&A while the credits are rolling. And those guys like a nerdy guy at a bar who's got a little bit of liquid courage and sees some just knockout at the bar who's completely out of his league. But he'll walk up and be like, do the whole hand roll introducing thing, like, oh, my lady, could I buy the lady a drink? And do the whole rolling hand into a bow.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I might try it.
Oh, would my lady like a beverage?
Go to the dive bar on the corner. Hey, how about a PBR, lady?
So some guy...
It's worth a shot, Jeff. It's worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
Some dude comes up and does that to Thomas, like during the standing ovation, like walks across the aisle, and he's like, Mr. Hayden Church, what a wonderful performance. May I shake your hand? And he's just like, yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. And then the guy's like, well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is... And then, like, immediately people from the festival are just like, dude, fucking not cool. Pull him away. But it was just, it was so just like, come on, dude, you're at a film festival. You got to know that's, you can't just fucking bum rush somebody in their seat at the theater and think. It reminded me of, I don't know if you guys saw The Disaster Artist, the Tommy Wiseau movie.
Yep.
When he's like at a restaurant and Judd Apatow is sitting there with his wife and Tommy Wiseau comes over to him. He's like, oh, Judd Apatow, I am a filmmaker just like is harassing him and needs to be pulled away by the staff. That was kind of what I witnessed. But afterwards we went to the lobby of his hotel, caught up, had some drinks. I called my buddies over, and it was very, very cool getting to see, the writer of Seven and Thomas meeting for the first time and just sort of like, dude, I love this thing that you did. Oh, dude, I love this thing that you did. And I was just like, haha, I am a true Hollywood matchmaker. Look at me go. And that was the first night that led to a hangover, which was
so you did some partying.
Yeah. I can't fully blame the fried chicken, barbecue, candy entirely on my physique that I found myself rid of a few months ago. I did a lot of drinking.
That's fucking awesome. Drinking's fun.
It is fun, but nothing puts the pounds back on me like drinking. Like I remember when COVID first hit and we were playing a lot of video games with the Puminati every night. And, we would all party up and get in the voice chat, and you just hear all these everybody starts cracking beers. And I'm just like, hey, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. Let's fucking have some beers, guys. Within a week of that, I felt like it was, I noticeably put on like a lot of weight just from a handful of beers every night. So I've been fucking feeling it since I got back. But let's see what. Oh God. I also. So you guys know who Shane Black is?
Yes.
Yes.
He was in Predator, but he wrote Lethal Weapon. He wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's got fucking bangers. And obviously I love all those movies, but for me, it's Monster Squad. Like one of my favorite movies. Heavily responsible for me being an adult horror movie fan is just seeing that on HBO endlessly over and over and over as a kid. I still watch it constantly today. I have a fucking 4K Blu-ray of it. I just watched it the other night before leaving for Austin. And I'd had a few drinks. And your old friend Kevin turns into Milady.
Nice.
And I caught myself. And I was just like, dude, get it fucking together.
Don't be that guy.
You can't go up to fucking Shane Black and be picking at your shirt like that Chris Farley skit. Be like, hey, remember when you made Monster Squad? Yep.
Wolfman's got nards.
I do remember writing that movie. That was awesome.
That's cool.
But I was able to pull the nose up, and I didn't fucking completely embarrass myself. And I kept giving him outs of like, and that's my story. I'm so sorry. You can go away now. And then he would ask a follow up, and he kept keeping the conversation going. And I was like, holy
he wanted
shit!
to talk to you.
I'm fucking talking to Shane Black. This is awesome. And I told him the whole story of John Cooper and how had to get a waiver to shoot it during the strike, and then had to give all the actors raises, and then had to cut scenes because we couldn't afford them anymore, and then the hard drives crashing, and I gave him that whole saga, and he was just like, holy shit, dude, that is fucking nuts. And it got to the point where I think he was like, I have humored this gentleman enough, and he was like, it's been really great talking to you, Kevin. I see somebody I have to go say hello to, but enjoy your festival, and he gave me a hug, and I was just like, this is fucking awesome.
Sounds like a wonderful human.
Then my boner poked him in the leg, and it got weird. But it was fucking cool, and I'm surprised I was able to, like, if this was like a sports commentary thing, they'd be like, "Ooh, I don't see how he gets himself out of this one, folks." It started so clunky and so. Did you know that I have to like physically restrain myself from watching Monster Squad like 5 times a year, even though I've seen it so many times? And I was like, Kevin, do you hear the fucking words that are coming out of your mouth right now? You are a disgrace. It was like, hey, dude, fucking snap out of it. You're a filmmaker too. Fucking, just fucking talk to him like a normal human. And I did. I was able to turn it around.
Did you guys exchange business cards?
No. Actually, though, he did ask for something about John Cooper, and I had flyers on me, so I gave it to him. And I'm not expecting him to go home and be like, "Oh, what's this in my pocket? Oh, let me scan this QR code and watch the trailer." It was just he was being nice. He's a nice guy, and he was humoring me, which I appreciate.
That's cool.
It was also weird watching Seven next to Andy, who I've seen Seven dozens of times. It's over the past 30 years. Can't even count how many times I've watched it, but that movie still fucking hits so hard. Like, not only is it just amazing and it deserves its place in cinema history, but it's heavy. Like, it is a heavy fucking movie. Like, you need a nap after it, and I need to watch some cartoons to cheer myself up. It was just like, don't get the chin wobbles next to Andy. Don't let Andy see you get the fucking chin wobbles. He's gonna fucking dunk on you so hard if he catches you. Be like, spoiler alert. And I guess I'll save some movies for Patreon, just so this isn't just one topic for too long, boring the shit out of everybody. The some of the stuff I didn't get to see, I had it on my schedule, so we've all very vocal about how pro Mads Mikkelsen we are on this podcast. Yeah. And he had a new movie that was playing called The Last Viking. And I think an hour beforehand, they sent out a notification that it was canceled due to technical difficulties. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I didn't get to see that. I didn't get to see the new Park Chan-wook movie. which I was really excited to see. I know Bill Clark. That name holds a lot of weight with him.
Mr. Consomnia? Yeah, he probably
Yep.
loves Park Eun Chan or whatever the fuck his name was.
The new Sydney Sweeney movie played, and I think that was playing at the same time as Seven, so I didn't get to go see that. But where she plays a boxer, I'm sure I'll see that in a different format at some point. There's the new Gus Van Sant movie, Dead Man's Wire. There's a new movie with Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen that played. Didn't get to see that. Obviously didn't get to see the new Clooney and Sandler movie, and I didn't get to see any gay cowboys eating pudding movie either. Ugh. But overall, it was fucking incredible. It's like leaving that is like when you were a kid and Christmas is over. It was like Comic-Con for movies. Every group we were at, every new group of people we were drinking with at an after party, I could make the deepest cut movie reference, and everybody was like, "Oh, yeah, I get that." To where in my normal life, people are like, "What the absolute fuck are you talking about, you dork?" But the whole vibe, it was cool. Like, just getting caught up in the energy. I got all these new ideas for the screenplay that I'm writing with Dustin, and I was sending it to him, and just the whole vibe and energy was very contagious.
Did you witness any other big names?
No. I mean, just outside of Ryan Johnson doing his Q&A, no, that was it.
You didn't just see anybody walking around or anything like
Nope.
in passing?
No, because a lot of those people didn't
Joe
send...
Rogan?
No, I didn't see Joe Rogan. A lot of the movies, those big name movies that were playing there, it wasn't their first festival. So, Sydney Sweeney already showed up to do press at the last festival that her movie played at. I saw the new...
What was her movie again?
Christie? I saw the new...
Okay.
The new Brendan Fraser movie, and nobody was there from that. I saw Bradley Cooper, the new movie that Bradley Cooper directed, where Will Arnett is a stand-up comic. And nobody from that was there. I think everybody, and as far as like big festivals go, this isn't the biggest. It's just the biggest I've ever been to. So they usually save their big star power for the other festivals that it plays at. To get into AFF, you need to be a Texas premiere. So if you've already played at Cannes or Sundance or something, everybody got sent out to that one. And then, I got while in Texas, last night there, played some Texas Hold'em at a bar. Which I don't...
What?
Yeah. So, my buddy Andy's brother lives in Austin, and he's a big big Hold'em player. And there's a bar he goes to a couple nights a week where they just have a Hold'em game. Like, they have a table, and you don't play for real money because that's obviously illegal, but, you buy in for chips, and the dealer gets, the take-home from it, and you just sit there and drink beer and play.
Nice.
Jeff all of a sudden has the DTs.
This is no. I know what Jeff was reacting to. This is not me speaking in code. There really was no payout. Like, it's not real gambling.
I'm confused. You put in money.
What are you buying in for?
Yeah.
To have
So what
somebody
happens if you get all the chips on the table? What happens?
bragging rights. It's literally
So
just a place where everybody can get together and play a poker game and drink. Without
Yeah,
needing...
but you got to gamble on that, right?
No.
It's like just like
I
getting
don't
together
understand
and
it
drink
either.
and getting non-alcoholic beer.
I know. Well, non-alcoholic beer is a thing. People drink them.
You drink enough of them, though, you get fucked up.
It's literally just a bunch of people that all know each other and just want to have a venue where there's a dealer, handling everything, and you get to just play. So that was very fun. I had a few good hands, and then as the drinks got in, and when 1:30 rolls around, I was just like, oh God, I'm so tired. I'm fucking all in on this one. Got my ass handed to me. Texas
mean-
Hold'em. When you play in Austin, they call it here Hold'em. Hey-oh.
Is that what they really said?
No, I made that joke
Uh,
at the table, and everybody just looked at me
Fucking
and then went back to their cards.
yeah. I mean, that joke sucked here. I'm assuming at the table it really sucked.
Believe me, I was not expecting a fucking round of applause for that one. But yeah, that was it. Next morning, woke up, flew home, got to see my first ever airplane drama. You see these videos all the time. And for somebody who's flying constantly, I can't believe I've never been a part of them, being as how frequently you see them on social media.
Was it like there was a fight on your flight or a conflict?
Pretty much.
Whoa. What
Yeah.
happened? How close were you to it?
I was very close. It was like a row or
Nice.
two behind me. And so both flights, thank God, went on without a hitch. No planes crashing into each other, with all the TSA and air traffic control being, working for free.
Fucking furloughed.
And we land, the plane, gets to the gate, the little ding goes on, you hear the chorus of everybody unfastening their seatbelts, and I'm just sitting there because I who wants to be the jerk off who gets up and stands in the aisle, and now you're standing for the next few minutes uncomfortably when you just left a seat. So
That everyone should hate that jerk off, right?
yeah, well,
Right?
You're gonna
no
love
one here does that, right?
No, why are you saying you do?
I do not.
No.
I absolutely do not. I hate that.
I
But
hate it too. So
people do it. I don't really get it.
you'll enjoy this one then.
Well, can we
The
take
better-
a step back? I zoned out for a minute, like the old days. What are we talking about that you guys don't do?
Stand up the second the plane's there and get in the aisle.
When the plane lands, stand up and get in the aisle.
Shuddy does. Look at that fucking face.
Shuddy, you're one of those people?
You schmuck.
Oh, no. You son of a bitch. So you cut ahead of people?
I will go
Please.
as far forward as I can get as quickly as possible.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard about you.
You
And
essentially
I've heard
just,
some bad things. No,
you just essentially admitted to being a child molester.
dude, I'd rather
But
you
listen,
raped.
but listen,
Oh my
I'm not super. Let's not go. I'm not a dick about it. Like if other people are like when people are trying to get out that are in seats in front of me, I will let them out. I don't block people from getting out because I'm rushing out.
But all the people in between, fuck them.
But you are rushing out. Damn, that is terrible. I wish I could unknow that. So sometimes in Long Beach they let you deplane from the front and the back, and they didn't like officially announce it, I think. So people like in the middle, a couple people in the middle, hurry up as soon as the plane landed, rush to the back. And then they found out like a minute later that they weren't allowing people to get out from the back. And I was actually like laughing at them. Like I didn't point, but I was like laughing in their direction. Like, like pretty like openly, just like, you fucking idiot. How does that feel? And that you wanted to be a rude fuck and get out first, and now you're getting out last. How do you like that?
And you're stuck by the toilet.
Yeah.
So I guess we
I
should
didn't
say
know
before
that was such a faux pas.
It's one of the worst things you can do as a human. I'm very disappointed in you, Shuddy. Please stop doing that. Please.
So we should also just state the obvious on the record for anybody on the internet who's going to try and come from our throats. Yes, if you are barely making a connecting flight, sure, people should get out of the way and let you get off first so you don't miss your connecting flight, because that sucks ass.
Yes.
And
yes, of course.
You're not always in full control of how things play out. So, yeah, I will show those people mercy, and I believe fully that they deserve it. On the other hand, don't be a shuddy boy.
Said.
And this story involves that heavily. So I take my seatbelt off, but I'm just sitting there watching the last few minutes of the movie that I started on my iPad, and I start hearing some swearing, And I'm like, oh, this could just be friends talking to each other. But then I hear the venom in it, and I'm like, oh, there's a fight. So I take my headphones out, and I look behind me. And what happened was some guy who was like a giant, like muscle-bound beefcake stood up and got in the aisle and did not move any further, even though he could. So essentially, this guy was like a superhero for mine and Jeff's cause. So this guy essentially stands up and gets in the aisle.
Block people from going past him?
Yeah, so everybody in front of him can get off in the order that they're supposed to.
And he was jacked?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Beefcake. And a woman behind him is flipping out. Like
Tough spot.
get the fuck out of my way. And he's like, respectfully, I'm letting the plane get off in the order that it's supposed to, so we will get off when it's our turn. And she was like, respectfully, fuck you. And now other people are like, oh, take it easy, take it easy. She's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then she's like,
She fucked everyone.
yeah. It was like the scene
That's
in Half
awesome.
Baked. So it goes quiet, and nobody's saying anything for a while. I'm like, all right, maybe that just diffused itself. She calls somebody, and she's like, oh yeah, oh, I'm about to start punching motherfuckers. And whoever she's talking to is clearly telling her to calm down. She's like, oh, I am calm. I'm calm, but I'm going to start punching people. And people are like, hey, don't you do it. Don't do it. And then people are talking to the guy, and they're like, dude, just don't instigate it any further. She's clearly in the wrong here. Whatever she does is on her and not on you. But, just hold your ground. Just don't say anything and just stay where you are.
Don't move.
Yeah, don't move. Don't move, but also don't elevate this. And it stays quiet, and then she's like, I'm going to fucking hit all you motherfuckers. So she's like now threatening other people.
Swing it.
She's like, I'm going to punch you in the fucking neck. And then it starts, she was a black gal.
Wait, hold on. Shuddy's shaking his head. Shuddy, by all means, defend this lady.
I cannot abide by this. I don't think it's fair that anybody should have to wait to get off the plane for slow motherfuckers.
There's no slow motherfucker. I mean,
everyone wants to get off the plane. That they're traveling
Not everyone.
to somewhere.
Kevin's finishing a fucking movie. Kevin's in no rush to get off the
no,
fucking
that
plane.
movie is getting paused the second I see 2 rows up, people are standing and getting their things out of the overhead. I am getting off in the right amount of time.
It's just a timely fashion.
Yeah. When my row is clear to go, there's never anybody waiting. It is just, it takes time to get your bag out of the overhead and start walking. And it's got a flow to it.
As much as I wish you didn't do this, Shuddy, I am happy that one of the three of us do, because I was always wondering. Like, I needed to hear a counter argument.
Oh,
I've never heard one.
There will be on the internet. People are going to be calling you and me bitches, saying Shuddy's right. There's going to be people calling Shuddy a scumbag and saying they're on our side. There's clearly 2 schools of thought on this approach.
And this fucking gorilla has no right to police the plane.
Hey, look, Batman is a vigilante. Airline. He has no right to go out there and fight crime, but he does.
Not all heroes wear capes, Shuddy.
Yeah. So it starts getting a little racial. She's like,
yes. Yes. I
wish you would have gotten to that part before I used the term gorilla.
No. It was he was not a black guy, Shuddy.
Okay. He was an albino gorilla.
Thank fucking God. Thank fucking God. That would have been horrible.
So she starts she's still on the phone talking about how she's going to start ripping things out of his backpack, and the other person is clearly trying to talk some sense into her on the phone. And then now it's finally getting some attention from the flight attendants. So as it's my turn to go, I get my bag, and my buddy that I flew with, he sat in the same row but across the aisle. So we're both
is this
like,
Kay?
Yeah, and we're both like, ooh, baby, oh, baby. And we get our shit, and as we're getting off the plane, the flight attendants are like clearly beelining to go back there. So we get out of the way so they can go back there and, do their thing or whatever. we get out onto the ramp that goes from the plane to the gate, and we just hear behind us, whoa, whoa, whoa! And we turn around, and that chick is fucking kicking the dude and like swinging on him. And we were just like, oh shit, it finally reached the point. There's violence. There has been an assault.
Someone can press charges.
And she just like screams, like, I don't give a fuck you. Pushes by, and she's still on the phone. She's like, yeah, I kicked that motherfucker. I fucking kicked him. And the flight attendant like is doing like his little power walk thing, following her. She's just booking it. And the flight attendant, I'm like, this guy's got to be just going for security or finding the closest cop to be like, hey, she just fucking assaulted somebody. He goes to the next gate over, and there's some guy who was in like an orange shirt, walkie-talkie thing, clearly not much of an authority, but he's got a walkie-talkie and he's not dressed like, the people you see at the gates. But he was like an older guy, and he was short and a little stumpy, and the flight attendant says something to him. He starts trailing her, and we're watching this all unfold. So we're like, as writers, this is fucking cool. We're getting to see, how the sausage is made. We're going to see how these things play out once you see him go from, going viral on social media to the consequences. And all this guy is doing is staying a few paces behind her. And we're walking through the whole fucking airport. And we're getting to the point where it starts, that do not cross area where like you start getting to the area where people are coming in and also going out. And we're like, okay, well, this is usually where all the security is. He sees, I shit you fucking not, he's right on her. He looks over, sees a piece of trash in one of the other gates where it's clearly a flight just left or one isn't coming for a while. Goes over,
away.
Picks up the trash, throws it out, and then goes to the stand where they make the announcements from for that flight, sees some coworkers, walks over there and high-fives one of them. And this chick just got away. Like, literally was like, okay, an assault just happened on a flight, but my services might be better picking up this piece of trash and then go getting a high five over it. I couldn't fucking believe it.
What an exhilarating story.
So we're looking at each other and we're like, no fucking way. You can seriously just fucking kick somebody on a plane. And then just, whatever. This is too many steps for me. I'm going to pick up this trash.
Shuddy, this is good news for you. You just smack the shit out of someone if they're standing in the aisle.
No, like, I don't know that I would say anything, but I would be absolutely seething on the inside.
That you couldn't get a few rows further up?
Yes.
Well, the plane deboards in order, Shuddy.
Yeah.
That is not a rule.
That's just how it goes.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's just basic, I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for, but it's
etiquette?
Just decency. Yeah, it's just etiquette.
So he checked a bag and I didn't. So we go to the baggage claim and we're just still talking like, I can't fucking believe that happened. I can't believe it.
Hold on, back it up. Shuddy, is there like a rule for standing behind someone in line? Like if I go to our acai shop and it's their acai spot, I was like, well, why do I have to wait behind this person? I'll just get in front of them.
No. If you're standing in line somewhere and the line is moving and the person in front of you is not fucking moving, yes, you can go around them.
Well, they're not moving because other people are trying to get off the plane, right?
But
you're saying with the guy blocking the section.
Because he was blocking the section. It's not that he was in front of people. It was that he decided it was his job to police the etiquette of all the other adults instead of just sitting in his seat and waiting to what he absolutely virtue signaled in order to get a rise out of somebody.
That's fair. However, if everyone on the aisle stood up and got into the aisle or whatever and like waited to get off and that person couldn't advance, what's the difference? Like if that guy's the only way he can be in front of her is if he sat in front of her. So he gets up, he stands in the aisle. It's like, no, you can't go before me. I mean, she has to wait behind him, right? He's the next in line.
But he's
Got him.
because Kevin said there was space for him to move and he was holding the people. So the people in front weren't moving very quickly and he was holding people behind him up.
I guess, but from my perspective, like, why am I rushing to get out when I know there's other people ahead of me? Like, there's no reason to stand in the aisle if
Because Shuddy wants to
I'm
get
not-
a few rows ahead if people are deciding to be civilized and just wait their turn.
Shut it, dog eat dog world. Shouldn't get in those aisles ahead or jumping those rows ahead. I mean,
No free
man.
headsets. You want a spoon? That's 25 cents.
Oh, you're you're gathering your kids. Get the fuck out of my way. Oh man, I love it.
There you have it. Yeah, but while we were at the baggage claim, she shows up and is waiting for her bags. Just she did it. She got away with it. She assaulted somebody on a plane. No fucking consequences.
Perfect crime. Probably started walking like Kaiser Sose.
Yeah, it was like the Ocean's 11 of kicking somebody on a plane.
I wonder, like, so if that guy at all tried to defend him, what's the difference in age and like size? You said one's a guy, one's a girl, right?
Yeah, and she was
And he
like
was a Hulk.
he was pretty big. He was pretty jacked. He was
If he
taller
just
than
shoved
her.
her by her face, would that have been cool? You
Nah.
just can't.
Yeah,
You can't touch her, right?
No, you kind of got to just take it. I'm sure her kicks and strikes didn't really hurt the guy that much. But
And
again, obviously, it is the principle thing. Just because somebody can take it, you don't just fucking assault a stranger. That is not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is if this guy retaliated, who knows? That's opening a whole other can of worms.
I don't know. Maybe that guy, maybe the person, the flight attendant would have ran into their coworkers as they were following that guy after he just punted that lady. That would have been fucking sweet, huh?
Well, that he held he restrained himself. He did not respond. He took the strikes and didn't do anything back. And
The villain kind of won.
yeah.
She got out in front of so what were the people that she jumped? What were they doing? No one was getting out of off the plane.
At what point? When this whole thing started?
Yeah, like
Everybody
so
on the
guy's
plane
blocking her. I feel like everyone in front of the guy eventually had to get up and go. So how could she have ever beelined and got through?
because she was trying to do the Shuddy thing. There were a few rows of people that were just like, okay, it's clearly congested right there. I'm not going to just be the asshole that stands up and now I'm just standing there all clustered in. So I'm going to wait my turn and we're all going to go. And it was like society coming together and being like, you know what? We're just going to behave on this one. And she was like, nope, I'm going to cut through all these people that are behaving. And this guy was like, you know what? I'm standing up and we're all getting off in our designated seat rows when it's our turn. And everybody on the plane was like telling her to like calm down, and everybody was on this guy's side. And then she started taking pictures of everybody who was like telling her that she was wrong. She's like, oh yeah, and she's like taking pictures of them.
Man, someone should have snatched her phone.
I
guess I'm just trying to think of like, all right, she was?
Yeah.
Nice. Can we get into her racial profile, please?
I mean, she was a black lady.
Damn. All right, I would have been wrong on that one. So I'm trying to visualize this. So she gets by the guy, and no one's like standing waiting to get off the plane, like up front. Like, didn't she
No,
like
this
hurry
is
up,
in the
rush, and then
jetway. This is in the jetway.
Are you talking
when
about
they
the kicking? You're asking questions that could apply to any timeline.
she gets in the aisle, is kicking the guy,
No,
right?
the kicking happened off the plane in the jetway. So once you get there, and it's like a wide hallway, if some people are walking slower, you can walk around them. So she used that opportunity to kick and start hitting that guy.
But he was standing in her way in the jetway?
Well, he was in front of her for the whole story until it gets to the jetway, and then she was like, I can go around this guy now, so she fucking kicked him and hit him, and then went around him.
Yeah, she kicked him as she was going by him on the jetway.
That's kind of funny. But all right.
It was wild, though. It was wild.
Because I feel differently about that. If I'm walking slow on the jetway, I try to stay to the right. By all means, go by me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a slow walk.
Yeah, I mean that's the point where where there's enough of a walkway where more than one person can go at a time.
She fucking hit him on the way by.
Yeah,
that's kind of rad.
And then he was trying to get her in trouble. I mean, rightfully, she should not have kicked him. But then got distracted by picking up trash on another jetway on the way to baggage.
Well, no. That's the flight attendant saw the kicking, and I think he followed her out and told some guy and pointed her out, and then that guy started following her. The flight attendant just went back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, the guy who started following her,
he's the guy that saw the piece of trash and was like, I could follow up and make sure this person gets in trouble for an assault, but there's a piece of garbage on the ground, so that's my time better spent.
So I also got lost in the story because I thought you were talking about the guy who decided it was his job to police the aisle, also decided it was his job to pick up trash.
No, it was the guy with the walkie-talkie.
So it was like, this dude obviously did not give a fuck. He's just a fucking
no. It was an airport. It was an airport employee.
But I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it a little different too, because I thought what I heard was the flight attendant followed the passenger the whole way.
No, remember
you even gave up at
made the whole
end.
thing. I told you he talked to the guy with the walkie-talkie and the orange shirt, who then picked up the chase.
Well, I mean, I totally see it from that guy's perspective too. Like, either I could do something that I really don't want to and add some stress to my day, or I could pick this trash up, high five my coworkers, and no one's gonna know. I'm gonna be fine. Like, no one cares.
Yeah. Well,
so I kind of see his perspective from it, or his point of view on it.
That's Delta for you.
God, what a story. Just riveting.
Yeah, it was wild. I knew it was going to happen someday.
Is that it? We have to end the podcast on that. What a fucking story.
I mean, we got more stuff to do, but we also got a Patreon show to do.
But we also have to pick them.
But we also have a Patreon show. I don't know. How quick can we do it, Shuddy?
God damn it, Kevin.
TBD.
What?
I'm going to give my analysis for every one of my fucking picks.
You said, how quick can we do it? And I said TBD. Are you going to do the intro?
Fucking NFL. Fucking pick them.
There you go. That's some fucking pride. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. What a week. What a week.
Yeah.
There has been a change in the standings.
Oh, no.
I don't feel good about it for me.
Kevin's hot start has cooled.
Oh, no.
To now. Kevin, after going 2-4 in week 8 of NFL Pick Them, has now fallen below 500 to 20-22.
Parmesan
with
poof.
a tied for first stellar 4-2 week, Jeff Clark gets to 500 and gets himself in second place at 21-21.
I'm 20-20 in my Vegas contest as well. So it's beautiful. You can't make money fading me. You can't make money tailing me. I'm right in the middle. Everyone loses. That's perfect for my brand.
4 games out of first because I also went
Damn.
4-2 and I'm at 25-17. Just a quick recap. Jeff was the only one to pick the Lions to beat the Buccaneers. We all picked the Texans that got shit whipped by the Seahawks. Chargers beat the Vikings. Eagles beat the Giants. Bills beat the Panthers. Fudge Packers, which we all picked, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Love it.
Whoa.
And since
Cool.
we're recording on Thursday, we had no Monday night game to pick this week. So we're just starting with tonight. Baltimore Edgar Allan Poe's versus the Ray Finkles.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to tell
Finkel
him to
is
do
an
the laces out, so I'm going to bet against the Finkles.
So you're going to take the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, sure.
I've also taken the Ravens. Jeff, Ravens or Dolphins?
I will be taking the Ravens as well. Great pick, Kevin.
All right. Now, Jeff, you can go first. San Francisco 69ers versus the New York Giants.
God, dude, my mom and her boyfriend are going to this game. Her boyfriend's a huge 49er fan. And she got him tickets for his birthday. I'll pick the Giants. And that'll piss Johnny off.
I'll pick
I'm
the 49ers.
taking the Niners.
I said it first.
I mean,
You're going-
really,
I get more
You're
points.
going Niners, Kevin? You're siding with Johnny?
I get more points. Yep.
I'm picking the Fudge Packers to beat the Carolina Panthers.
Well, I gotta make up some points somehow, so I picked the Panthers.
I'll take the Packers.
I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going Steelers.
Same.
Nice. Let's
I'm
go,
picking
Kevin.
the Buffalo Bills to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sorry, T-Bone, but I'm a Queef guy.
Oh, yeah. We're going to queef all over your face, T-Bone.
And I'm picking the Seahawks to beat the Washington Commanders.
I'm a Sea Chickens guy tonight, or this week, too.
I think I'm on Team Clit for this one.
Now that's a hot take.
Yeah.
There is going to be some movement between second place and third place this week.
Me and Kevin are up on a bunch of picks, huh?
There are enough. I mean, the Niners-Giants game, Panthers-Packers game, and Commanders-Seahawks. There's enough there that you guys are. Oof. It's going to be a hot one in NFL Pick Them, yeah.
Well,
We're done, Kevin. Was that fast enough?
yeah. I like that. I'm trying to pull up the event we have to promote.
Yeah, fuck cancer, dude.
But I'm so
I have
stupid.
that pulled up.
Oh, okay.
It's for, as you all may or may not know, Big Sexy, who's OG Puminati, he's been a Puminati for a very long time, has been battling cancer, and they are having a fuck cancer party this Saturday, November 1st, at 4 p.m. in Midway City, California. And he asked that we let you guys all know, and if anybody's in the area, you are welcome to attend.
You might be thinking of East Coast time. Because I think it starts at 1 p.m.
Oh, I'm just looking at what the invite says on my end, so I apologize.
I'm trying to see
Facebook.
what this if this is
Oh,
like
it does say 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So my apologies. 1 p.m. Pacific. 15611 Monroe Street, Midway City, California.
oof. That is a hike, but I will be there.
Big Sexy said the taco guy shows up at 4 o'clock. Right around the time me and Cheech will be there. I gotta wait for Cheech to get out of work before I can go. He gets out around 3:30.
I'm very glad that you guys are going.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I was gonna go regardless. I thought he lived in Inland Empire. Maybe his family's from there, or maybe I'm just making it up altogether. But I was mentally prepared to take an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, and it's 20 minutes from my apartment. So I go, fuck, sweet, all right, cool.
It's gonna be like an hour and a half for me. But
I
thought
Saturday.
Hopefully not. I did see because like there is a very similar address that's just in Midway and not Midway City, and Midway is like 3 hours away, and I was like, oh boy. But then I double checked the address. So yeah, that is not like a bar or anything. That's just someone's like residence, right?
Yeah.
Big Sexy
Based on the
family's house.
invite,
Yeah.
it says there's a pool and spa, so bring your suits if you would like.
I prefer
So,
swimming
yeah.
in the nude, but I think they'll forgive me. But yeah, Jeff and I will be there. Of course, if Shuddy wasn't 3,000 miles away, he would be there too. But Big Sexy is the fucking man. We've partied with him many a times. Great fucking dude. And it's Cancer is the biggest fucking scumbag in the world, and we're gonna be there for the homie. So if you can make it, I know a lot of people in the Puminati have hung out with him as well. So I'm sure he would love to see some friendly faces. So I know it's kind of short notice because we're recording this sort of later on a Thursday, and most people hear it on a Friday.
This is my bad. I forgot last week, and I already spoke with Big Sexy and owned up to that. Because I was supposed to be in Texas and it just slipped my mind. So that's my bad. So if you guys can't get out there, please do. I already feel guilty enough.
Well, Shuddy's one of those guys that stands up right when the plane lands. So, that's to be expected.
Oh, shit. I thought you were going to say stands up to his mistakes and we're going to be nice and cheer him up.
That's where I thought it was
right
going
for his
to.
neck. I was like, oh, yes. Did you find out about it through Facebook?
No, he messaged me privately.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, Big
because
Sexy's a man.
I had reached out to him a while ago, and he was responding to me, and we were talking, and then he asked if we could do this for him.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, he used to be a regular on my annual trip to the Vietnamese coffee shops.
I mean, until he got sick, he was a staple of MSPH wrestling events.
Yeah.
Whether he
absolutely.
was, working on SoFi or doing something in Texas, he always was on there. So support the homie.
One of Dom's most realistic Puminati character creations is Big Sexy.
I think I saw my first movie at the Alamo Drafthouse with Big Sexy. Jojo Rabbit.
Nice.
I don't know why that stayed in my head, but so yeah, shout out to Big Sexy. We'll be there for you, homie. And there's your show for the week, friends. Thank you so much for listening. Again, we got a lot more to discuss, so if you want to hear the rest of it, come to Patreon, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. So much stuff waiting for you. Like, I was just looking at the things we have scheduled. Like, there's so much shit heading your way. Got the November 1st, I got the crafty horoscopes fucking locked in the chamber, ready to fire out. A new addition to the Patreon goodies that you get. And by the way, if you subscribe to the $5 tier where we do the bonus podcast every week, every other specialty show we've ever done, with the first episode of it, we do on both tiers so people can sort of get a sample of it and see if you want to hear more. So if you've ever been curious about, queef or no queef, supermarket queefs, Dragon Ball queef, anything with a queef in it, really. The first episode,
Beefin is our brand.
yeah, should be there for you to check out. And then if you want to hear more of it, the $10 tier has all that stuff and so much more. Seriously, it is. You get more there than you get on Netflix every week. So check it out. It supports the homies. And if you've ever been curious, we also have a thing going where you can make a one-time purchase of a show that's up there to sort of sample it without any real commitment. So that's always available to you if you want to see that as well. And that's pretty much the only way we make money off of the show is people supporting the Patreon. So it keeps the lights on and keeps the show going. And if you would like to see this episode, you can go to youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour and subscribe and all that fun shit. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft. At Chuddy Boy.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. And the shop's open again if you want to snag a poster. Etsy.com/shop/John Cooper Movie. I'm back in town for a little bit, so I can get those signed and shipped out for you. Jeff, what do you got cooking on Outkick Bets?
Yeah, I actually, right before we started recording MSPH, I recorded Week 9, the NFL Week 9 betting preview with my buddy David Troy. So you'll miss our analysis for the Thursday game, but you can get all of the breakdowns for the 12 Sunday games and Monday Night Football. So that's what I got going on, and that's pretty much it for the Outkick Bets podcast. Just NFL for the next month or two.
Yeah, check it out. Do it up. All right, friends. Thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, something.